A major move from Washington could soon have far-reaching consequences for India's energy security and trade relations. A proposed US sanctions bill targeting Russia's energy trade has crossed a crucial hurdle in the Senate. And if it eventually becomes law, countries importing large volumes of the Russian oil, including India, could find themselves under increasing pressure. So what exactly has happened? Let's break it down for you. Now, the proposed legislation cleared a key procedural vote in the US Senate on 28th of July with overwhelming bipartisan support. Now, if enacted, this would give US President Donald Trump expanded powers to penalize countries that continue buying Russian energy or help Moscow circumvent existing sanctions. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The bill allows US President to target the top 5 buyers of Russian crude oil and natural gas with tariffs, as well as the top 5 countries accused of assisting Russia's sanction evasion. Now, why is India in focus? India and China are among the largest buyers of Russian energy. If the Trump administration chooses to exercise these powers, both the countries could face increased economic and trade pressure. Now, this measure has been championed by the late Senator Lindsey Graham and also received backing from Trump, who has indicated support for the tougher action against Russia over its war in Ukraine. But the bigger question is, how far could these sanctions actually go, and who could feel the impact? The proposed legislation gives the US president sweeping powers to target Russia's energy trade. Now, under the bill, Washington could impose a 500% tariff on Russian goods entering the United States, along with an additional 100% tariffs on the top 5 buyers of Russian oil and gas, or countries accused of helping Moscow bypass sanctions. However, there is an important catch. While the bill expands presidential authority, the decision to impose these penalties would ultimately remain at the president's discretion. That means it is still unclear how, when, or even whether the Trump administration would use these powers. Now, let's look at the timing of this vote. The Senate action came shortly after Ukrainian President Zelensky met Donald Trump at the White House. During the meeting, Zelensky stressed that maintaining sanction pressures on Russia was crucial. He said sanction pressures on Russia is very important, adding that it was not just about financial pressure, but also a strong message of support for Europe and Ukraine. The move has also received bipartisan backing in Washington. The legislation also seeks to extend the Iran Sanction Act of 1996 until 2031, keeping penalties in place for non-US companies conducting businesses with Iran. So what happens next? The bill still needs approval from the House of Representatives, which is currently on its August recess. This means that the legislation cannot become a law before September at the earliest. Now, the development comes after Washington had earlier imposed tariffs on India over its Russian energy purchases, before later removing them as part of broader trade negotiations. China, another major buyer of Russian oil, avoided similar penalties as the Trump administration looked into managing tensions with Beijing. What happens next will be closely watched. Whether the legislation becomes law, and more importantly, whether these powers are ultimately used, could have significant implications for global energy markets and India's energy import strategy. What are your thoughts on this video? Do let us know in the comment section below.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.